It is so extremely timely for this book to come out. I'm excited to introduce you to my new friend. Her name is Linda Reynolds Andiric, and she wrote a book called Getting It, Then Getting Along. Hold on, Understanding the World's 5 Major Religions, Collaborative Rather Than Divisive. Welcome, Linda. I'm so glad that you're here today. We need your wisdom and input today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Linda, where do we begin with this? Getting it, then getting along, talking about the 5 major religions.
Well, I've always been interested in spirituality. I grew up in the Christian path, but I've always been interested in spirituality, and I've had an opportunity to travel a lot in the world and observe the way people worship in different countries. So, several years ago, we had a lot of incidents and a lot of violence from religion. And it dawned on me that people just don't understand, or they wouldn't be creating all this violence. So I decided that I had been gifted with a knowledge that I understood different religions, and I chose the 5 because they are the 5 religions that most people in the world today practice. There certainly are more religions, but they are usually branches off of these major 5.
Go ahead and list them for me.
I started with the 3 Abrahamic religions, which were Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, and then Hinduism and Buddhism. And actually, time-wise, Hinduism came first, then Buddhism, and then Judaism. So, but the book is arranged sort of with a Western mind in thought when I arranged it, when I picked the order of the chapters.
When I hear those religions, the first thing that comes to me is war. Is that why you wrote it?
Well,
to try to bring some peace, to understand perhaps it's fear that's brought on this war?
I think it is. And, you know, of all the feedback that I have received from the book, the most interesting to me is the fact that people do not realize that Islam is an Abrahamic religion. You know, it was, so we're worshiping the same God, yet they're declaring us infidels. They're declaring
wow,
fatwas or whatever they call them, that we are unworthy people of the book. And actually, we're all worshiping the same God. We just call it God or Allah.
Wow. We come at life from different perspectives, and we all think that we're right. Where do you begin to find common ground with the different religions, Linda?
Well, you know, I think our religion is pretty much how we grew up. Whatever our culture, our heritage is, that is, for the most people, that is how they believe. That is their religion. And they know very little about other religions. And as I said before, I've just had this interest in delving into this and understanding it. So that's what I did. And I had the opportunity to visit a Tibetan monastery in India.
Wow.
We worked there setting up a clinic, actually, and got acquainted with that religion. And then I have an ashram here in my neighborhood almost.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
About 5 miles away. So I've gotten familiar with Hindu religion. And there's a beautiful, beautiful temple near Atlanta, Georgia. It's in Tucker, Georgia, that was brought over piece by piece from India. It's just exquisite. And I had made friends with the chaplain there. They call the leader of that of a temple a chaplain, and Swami is another term for them.
Linda, one of the things you talk about is virtually all of these religions have some form of the golden rule. Would you speak to that for us?
Yes, not only the 5 religions that I've written on, but every religion that's been reviewed in the literature says that there is some form of the golden rule that is the main tenet, or the main thing that people should take away from that religion. So do unto others as you would have them do to you. And if we all followed that, there would be no murders, no stealing, no lying, no adultery. Countries wouldn't be invaded. It just, if we could all live by that and treat each other like we would like to be treated, then we wouldn't have the polarization that we're seeing today.
And while this is a book about religion, it's not, right? I mean, you're not trying to persuade anyone to worship one way or another.
No. And thank you for bringing that up, because that has been, there's no dogma in here. There's no persuasion that one of the religions is better than the other. My main goal in the book was to educate people and inform differences between, and the differences in the way that they're the same between all the religions. So no, there's no dogma. There's no promotion of one is better than the other. I follow the Christian path, but I'm not trying to persuade you that that path is right for you or the reader. It's purely to inform, and I try to give the history of each religion, how it evolved, and then what the current beliefs are today. Plus, in most cases, I list all the major holidays also for the religion. And by the way, we're celebrating Diwali right at the moment, which is a Hindu religion, a Hindu holiday of the Festival of Lights, it's called, and it lasts for a week. And it's to celebrate the lightness over darkness, or good over evil. And people in the smallest hovel in Mumbai, India, put a light in their window for a week.
And that's a wonderful statement for every religion. There's such a beautiful spirit to you. There's a kindness, there's a gentleness, and there's such a peace. And I think that maybe a lot of it has to do with, first of all, your confidence in your faith, but also maybe the travel that you've done. There's no fear with other religion. And I just wonder how much of that, if we haven't been in our own bubble, maybe if we've been able to see other people and connect with them on a heart level like you have, maybe that would make a big difference.
Yeah. I'm sure it would. I feel very certain it would. And hopefully you'll be able to do that through my book.
That's what I'm thinking. I absolutely do. I just want to encourage you, think about getting Linda's book. As you can see on the screen right now, Getting It, Then Getting Along, Understanding the World's 5 Major Religions. Linda, Reynolds, Andiric. I want to encourage you to purchase that book. And, I also want to encourage you, give it a rating. That makes such a big difference for the authors on Amazon, Goodreads, wherever you can go ahead and give a review. That would make a huge impression. Thank you so much. Linda, thank you for joining us. Thank you for what an impactful message this is.
Thank you so much for having me.